Today, the president declared that Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy.
Donald Trump just called Elon Musk crazy, and Elon is firing back with accusations that have left everyone speechless. From calling Trump's one big beautiful bill disgusting to claiming that Trump's name appears in the Epstein files, Elon hasn't held back.
Donald Trump yesterday, Elon Musk's idea of dropping a really big bomb was to reveal that Trump was in the Epstein files,
which he owns, with a series of increasingly disparaging remarks about his former boss, calling him ungrateful, saying that his tariffs will cause a recession, and alleging that he is named in the files of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
But the real question is Elon stating facts, or is he just venting over the cancellation of the EV mandate?
He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate.
And while these two former allies are locked in a full-blown Twitter feud, the fallout is starting to impact more than just their egos. Tesla is already feeling the effects, and SpaceX might be next in line. So, did Trump just outplay America's most powerful innovator? What does this feud truly mean for Tesla, SpaceX, and the future of American business? In May 2025, President Donald Trump introduced the One Big Beautiful Bill, a sweeping piece of legislation that would reshape much of America's energy and environmental policies. But the shocker? It included the cancellation of the EV mandate that had been set by the previous administration. This mandate aimed for electric vehicles to make up 50% of new car sales in the U.S. by 2030. Trump's action marked a stark reversal from his earlier support of EVs. Trump's decision to eliminate the mandate was a clear shift from his earlier stance of supporting EVs, a policy that had at one point seen him publicly endorsing Tesla. The new bill sparked immediate controversy. Elon Musk, the outspoken CEO of Tesla, didn't take long to react. Within hours, Musk fired off a scathing response, calling the bill a disgusting abomination and highlighting the potential harm it could do to the EV industry. Musk saw the cancellation of the EV tax credits, including the crucial $7,500 incentive that had helped drive Tesla's success by making EVs more affordable for consumers, as a direct hit to Tesla's future. For Musk, this was more than a policy disagreement. It was a blow to the very vision of a cleaner, electric future that he had spent years building. In retaliation, President Trump took to X, formerly Twitter, and dismissed Musk as crazy, implying that his reaction was more about money than the environment. Trump suggested that Musk was more concerned with the subsidies than the environmental impact of EVs, framing the dispute as a battle of personal interest rather than environmental good. Trump even went on to warn that he would revoke Musk's precious federal subsidies and contracts, but Musk wasn't done. In a jaw-dropping twist, he claimed Trump's name had surfaced in the Epstein files, implying this is the real reason they haven't been made public, and even floated the idea of impeaching him for a third time. As the war of words raged, the fallout was swift. Tesla's stock, once soaring, suddenly took a massive hit, dropping by 14–15% in a single day. That's a staggering $150 billion in market value gone, marking the company's steepest drop since the COVID crash. But the drama didn't end with Tesla's financial setback. Musk, visibly enraged by the threat of subsidy cuts, decided to flex his power and issued a bold warning. He would consider halting SpaceX's Crew Dragon program, a major project that has been instrumental in NASA's future missions. With the possibility of a crucial space program being jeopardized, concerns began to mount about the stability of Musk's relationship with federal agencies and the long-term future of NASA's collaboration with SpaceX. But the most shocking part of this all is that just a few months back, Trump had publicly endorsed Tesla. On March 11, 2025, President Donald Trump made headlines by purchasing a red Tesla Model S directly from the White House driveway. He paid the full retail price of approximately $80,000, avoiding any perception of favoritism, and announced plans to leave the car at the White House for staff use. With a lighthearted remark, Trump called Musk applauded his company as one that deserves celebrating.
Is there a discount? President Trump wrote the art of the deal. Is there any kind of room for negotiating here?
Let me answer that. I know he'd give me a discount, but honestly, I don't want to ask for one. You know, I'm president, so I want to pay full price.
This high-profile endorsement wasn't just about a flashy car. It caught the attention of investors, and Tesla's stock experienced a notable uptick of approximately 4% on the day of the announcement, reflecting investor optimism linked to the president's high-profile support. However, the optics of the event raised concerns among ethics experts. While the federal ethics laws don't apply directly to the president in the same way they would to other officials, the idea of a sitting president publicly endorsing a private company, especially one as high-profile as Tesla, was bound to attract scrutiny. The event raised more questions than answers, with many wondering if this was a calculated move or a genuine endorsement. Critics questioned whether such public displays of support might blur the lines between business interest and government duties, even if Trump's intentions were seemingly innocuous. While some viewed it as a genuine show of support for American innovation, others questioned its authenticity and potential ethical implications. Media outlets such as CBS, NPR, and the Associated Press covered the event, noting its political optics and the unusual nature of a sitting president publicly endorsing a private company. Critics argued that the display blurred the lines between government endorsement and private enterprise, raising concerns about the propriety of such a public show of support. Ethics experts highlighted that although federal ethics laws don't directly apply to the president, the event could be perceived as inappropriate, potentially setting a precedent for future administrations. On the other hand, supporters of the event viewed it as a strategic move, signaling Trump's backing of a major American innovator. They argued that the purchase was a positive gesture towards supporting American businesses and promoting innovation. In the aftermath, the event continued to spark discussions about the appropriate boundaries between public office and private business interests. Tesla, however, benefited from the temporary boost in investor confidence, with its stock rallying approximately 4% on the day of the announcement. But following the ongoing feud between Trump and Musk, Tesla's stock experienced significant volatility, wiping out the initial gains and leading to massive losses as the market reacted to the uncertainty surrounding the company's futures amid the public clash. The fallout from Elon Musk's feud with President Trump was nothing short of a financial spectacle. After Trump's public endorsement of Tesla, the company saw a brief but sharp rise in its stock price, gaining roughly 4% on the day of the announcement. Investors seemed hopeful, rallying behind the apparent goodwill from the president. But that optimism didn't last. Just a few weeks later, the tension between Musk and Trump escalated, and Tesla's stock took a dramatic dive. On June 5, 2025, Tesla's market cap plunged by an eye-watering $152 billion, one of the biggest single-day losses in the company's history. This loss mirrored the chaos seen during the early days of the COVID crash and sent shockwaves through the financial world. The drop in stock value was coupled with an unprecedented surge in put option trading, signaling that investors were betting on a further decline. The impact wasn't just on the stock market. Sales figures for Tesla took a massive hit, particularly in Europe. In April 2025, Tesla's sales in Europe dropped by a staggering 49% compared to the previous year, a direct consequence of the growing backlash against Musk's political ties and his controversial leadership of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. This political fallout didn't stay contained in the U.S. It spread internationally, and protests bearing the slogan "Tesla Takedown" erupted in over 200 locations around the world. Musk's ties to far-right political figures and his role in government were key motivators for these protests. Vandalism against Tesla locations surged during this period, with several incidents deemed domestic terrorism by the FBI. The company, once seen as a symbol of innovation and sustainability, now found itself embroiled in a public relations nightmare. To make matters worse, the backlash from Musk's political stance and the feud with Trump hit Tesla's image hard. In Germany, a survey revealed that 94% of respondents said they were unwilling to purchase a Tesla, reflecting a significant shift in consumer sentiment. This period marks a turning point for the brand. What was once a global symbol of cutting-edge technology and eco-conscious innovation now faces deep divisions, both politically and within its consumer base. Tesla's financial future now seems uncertain. With its stock plummeting, sales faltering, and public opinion turning, the company's ability to navigate this storm will define its future. As Tesla's challenges grow, Trump's influence over the industry becomes even more prominent. Since stepping into office, Trump has used his position to shape industries, often viewing business relationships as a reflection of loyalty and power. His approach isn't subtle. He has repeatedly used government policies, public endorsements, and at times threats to steer business behavior. The result? Companies must tread carefully, balancing their innovation with the need to stay politically aligned. Take Elon Musk's companies, SpaceX and Tesla. Musk's enterprises have thrived in part because of government support. SpaceX has secured billions in federal contracts, including contracts with NASA and the Department of Defense, helping the company achieve its ambitious goals. Tesla, too, benefits from federal subsidies, such as the $7,500 tax credit for electric vehicles, which has been crucial in making Tesla's cars more affordable for consumers. But with Trump's recent threats to cut federal subsidies and potentially revoke contracts, Musk finds himself in a precarious position. As the political tides shift, both companies, heavily reliant on government backing, face a new kind of vulnerability. Trump's strategy is clear. Businesses that align with his vision are rewarded, while those that don't risk losing the government support that helps fuel their success. This pattern isn't new. Trump has used his platform to push for domestic production, raise tariffs on foreign competitors, and exert pressure on industries to act in ways that fit his broader agenda. In the case of Tesla and SpaceX, Musk's public persona and political stances have become a lightning rod for controversy, making his companies targets for potential political retribution. This extends beyond the realm of Musk. Look at other major companies that have been influenced by Trump's political climate. Apple, for example, has had to navigate the complex web of tariffs and trade policies, particularly in its dealings with China. While Trump's tariffs hurt Apple's ability to manufacture products abroad, the company faces the challenge of moving production back to the U.S., a shift that could be costly and politically charged. Other companies have been caught in the crossfire of Trump's protectionist policies, forced to adapt or risk alienation from the administration. For all the praise Trump has given to American companies, his administration's dealings are deeply entwined with business and political loyalty. Companies need to align with Trump's values or risk losing out on lucrative government contracts, tax breaks, and subsidies that fuel their growth. Trump's pattern of rewarding those who fall in line while punishing those who oppose his policies creates an environment where business success is not just about innovation and market competition, it's about playing the political game. With the clash between Musk and Trump escalating, the future of U.S. space exploration now hangs in the balance. SpaceX, once a shining example of private innovation, now finds itself tangled in the crossfire of a political battle. With NASA and the Department of Defense pouring billions into SpaceX contracts, $3.8 billion just in fiscal 2024 alone, the company plays a crucial role in maintaining U.S. space missions, including crew and resupply trips to the International Space Station, ISS. Yet in the wake of ongoing tensions with President Trump, SpaceX's position has suddenly become more precarious. Musk, in a bold move, has threatened to halt the Crew Dragon missions, a vital part of NASA's ongoing efforts to maintain a human presence in space. This isn't just a corporate decision, it's a political statement. As SpaceX faces pressure from the White House, the question arises, how will this feud impact the future of U.S. space exploration? The consequences are more than just financial. Analysts warn that prolonged tension could severely hinder U.S. space capabilities. The reliability of crucial missions could be jeopardized, and international trust in America's ability to honor its space commitments could be strained. Countries around the world, watching the U.S.'s internal struggles unfold, might begin to question the stability of the country's space programs, which have long been a symbol of American leadership in exploration. For Musk, the decision to escalate tensions this way could have lasting effects on the industry. SpaceX's collaboration with NASA and the Department of Defense has been vital, and this political standoff might put that at risk. As Elon Musk's feud with President Trump intensifies, public opinion is sharply divided. While some see Musk's actions as a risky move, with investors and politicians worried he's dug his own grave by diving into polarizing politics, others believe he's playing the long game. Many are asking if Musk miscalculated by using his platform to challenge Trump. Musk's approach to politics is anything but conventional. He's not just a billionaire CEO, he's a vocal advisor and a political force. His involvement in the political landscape has sparked a rift, particularly with Tesla's brand, as it's now being tied to his controversial views. Critics argue that he's blurred the lines between business and politics, pushing away a significant portion of his customer base. Yet Musk seems unbothered, doubling down on his stance, suggesting even more audacious moves. Some polls, including those cited by Reuters and Bloomberg, reveal that many Republicans still side with Trump over Musk's criticism of certain legislation, signaling that Musk's push for change might not win him the broad political backing he anticipated. Some analysts even predict Musk could eventually break away from the traditional two-party system and launch his own political movement, possibly called the America Party. The idea gained traction with strong support from his online followers, highlighting Musk's influence over millions. Despite the risks, Musk's defiance in the face of adversity remains a defining trait. As sales drop, stock prices tumble, and even boycotts and vandalism against Tesla increase, he's ready to retaliate. Musk has even threatened to derail Trump's media ventures and tackle XAI's financial struggles, signaling that he's in this fight for the long haul. The question now is whether Musk's defiance will pay off, or if the political firestorm he's fanning will burn out his empire. So what do you think? Did Musk miscalculate by diving into politics, or is he just playing the long game? Will his bold moves pay off, or could they hurt Tesla in the end? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching.